I'm not screaming. I am just projecting my voice while I speak. I'm speaking loudly because that's how I like to speak while I'm essentially performing. I do this for 8, 10, 12 hours in a day, and I'm not hoarse at the end of it. If I was screaming, I would be hoarse at the end of 12 hours. This hand's okay. Something worth noting is that this is not a good Tarmogoyf deck. This is a mediocre Tarmogoyf deck at best. We're not good at filling the graveyard with lots of different types for Tarmogoyf, so hopefully our opponents will help us with that. Hopefully our opponents will help us with that. So now we're gonna hold this fetch land to trigger Renegade Rallier here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Tarmogoyf out to get my auto pass value in. Why do you prefer to be projecting erase? Because it's how I learned to do it. Like, I speak, I feel it keeps my energy up to talk, to be loud while I'm talking. It makes my energy levels higher. Makes me feel excited to be here. This Merfolk, maybe? Could be some kind of control variant. Do you think Knight's truly better than Tracker or more ramp? Knight is very good with Prismatic Omen and Valakuts, is all I'll say. That's all I have to say. It's very good with both of those things. Huh. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? A lot of choices. The fact that I drew another landfall creature kind of incentivizes me to sequence my lands in a weird way. Stream Decker appears to be timing out on me. Yeah, Stream Decker appears to be down. Yeah. Stream Decker is dead, boys. Stream Decker is dead. I did do theater, and then eventually I ended up, it actually helped me get into technology stuff too, because I ended up doing tech stuff for the theaters that I worked at. I think I just want to do this because this sets me up next turn. Not only does it make this a good blocker with this, but like next turn I get to go crack the fetch, Rallier back a fetch, bolt something smack for like 8. The fact that they dismembered on 1 really gave us a good leg up in this race. This Rallier into a bolt to take down a blocker should allow us to move along nicely. If they have a curse catcher here, it could be a little annoying, so we can't bolt a Lord, but still gonna be in an okay spot either way, I think. Yep. Yeah, like I don't shout at people when I'm like out in public, but like I said, it's really, it comes down to like energy too. I just feel like I have more energy on stream when I get to be animated, and when I'm animated, I'm loud. But thankfully, there's volume controls, and that's okay. It's a-okay. The technology is a beautiful thing. Technology is a beautiful thing. Like, they're gonna get pretty close to dead here, right? Because, like, this is gonna be a 7/7. Honestly, I just attack with both of these, right? And I don't bolt anything, because if they don't block, they die. This is my very angry Plated Geopede opponent. What does ASMR stand for? I know I could Google it, and I should have Googled it by now, but if somebody wants to Kibler Google it in chat for me, I'd appreciate it. So what does ASMR stand for? What does that mean? Oh, yeah, I could have held the fetch in the event that they jump blocked like this. Yeah, that's fair. Should have held the fetch because they were probably going to jump block. I changed my line midway. I thought I was going to be bolting proactively, but then I realized I had lethal. Jeff, you're obnoxious, but your content is the best. Have my fun money. Thank you for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I do appreciate it. What if we did this? And then I killed you with this lightning bolt. So for experiencing characters like static, like, or tingly sensations on the skin. Okay. Okay. Well, that's rude. God, fuck this card being bugged. At least our league is free now. I don't know why you would be playing a friendly league if you're going to abuse Magic Online bugs. So this is going to kill my Tarmogoyf because Magic Online is bugged. So for reference, Tarmogoyf is supposed to become a 0/1 there and not die. So the rules of Magic the Gathering and On the Gatherer state that that's not supposed to happen, but here we are. Yeah, the league's free now. Is what it is. Yes, Nivik, that's where it comes from. Yeah, you can't prove anything. Like it is what it is. I think I'm just boarding in these helixes. We're just gonna like turn into a pseudo control deck. Tarmogoyf's actually kind of mediocre in this matchup anyway, so I guess I'm gonna board it out since it's bugged to begin with. I'll board in these Tireless Trackers and a Selfless Spirit, I guess. They will comp you on any league that isn't a 5-0. Speaking from personal experience. Any league that's not a 5-0, you can get comp on. How many times a month would you say you get free leagues? I have to go back and check. It's actually not that often. Like, I play a large amount of Magic the Gathering online, and like the amount of comps I file for in relation to the amount of Magic Online I play is not that large. Or I should say that number went down when we stopped playing Wall of Roots. They refund your entry fee. They refund your entry fee. You've been refused on 3-2s before? I guess it depends on the rep. I don't think I've ever been refused before. Yeah, correct. Like if you went out of your way to play bugged cards, you could probably file for comp a lot. That being said, they do actually eventually ban your Magic Online account if you're intentionally hunting down bugged cards to play with. The only time, yeah, magic related things are always fine. The only time I've ever been denied comp for a bug that I really felt I deserved was I had a video of Magic Online looping and crashing and taking 20 minutes to recover itself, and they didn't comp me because at the end of it, it randomly decided I won the game. And I was like, you took 20 minutes of my time. You probably should comp me for this. No. What you have to understand is when my software has a bug, it's a feature. When someone else's software has a bug, it's an issue and needs to be corrected. And anyone who's a software developer will understand where I'm coming from with that. Don't get tricky. Don't let them untap. Just cast your spells on your turn. Just because it's an instant doesn't mean it needs to be their end step to cast it. It doesn't. Customer service is supposed to be about providing something to someone that had their experience ruined by your software. So like, I didn't enter that league to experience a bug that took 15, 20 minutes of my time, however long it took. I entered that league to play a match of Magic. So I paid for something to get an experience, and I didn't get the experience that I paid for, so they should have refunded what I got. Also, here's the other thing. It doesn't cost them anything to refund people fucking Magic Online points. Contrary to what other people will try and tell you, it doesn't cost them anything to comp you. So it is just good customer service for them to comp you if something messes up. Because guess what? It's free. Literally just them changing a 1 and a 0 in some database somewhere. That's all it does. That's all it is. And you know what? When you have good customer service, people are encouraged to use your product more even though they had an issue. No, we're just talking about comp in general. Yep, that's the second dismember. This hand does make me miss Hearthstone. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is where I'm gonna time you out, take a 10-minute break. So this is the fallacy people use. Giving someone something for free on Magic Online loses them revenue. That's not true. It only loses them revenue if they were going to spend money on that thing anyways. And guess what? The person your software just dicked over probably wasn't going to give you more money for it. Believe it or not, the person that just got dicked by Magic Online probably wasn't about to give Magic Online more money. That's just how it works. So like, it is all upside for them to be liberal with the comp request that they hand out. Especially in a game where like you need other people to play the game with. If they attack here, I'm gonna trade. Like if this Tireless Tracker is just like removal, oh geez, what a beating. That's rough. That's rough. So they get to diddle it with this and then bounce it with this. That's sick. All right, so we really need a Path or a Bolt or a Helix here so we can bolt one Lord and Seal of Fire the other. Ding. Oh, crap. Did I? No, this is fine. This is going to take me a damage, but it's going to gain me a thing. We're going to 9 here, but like, we're kind of stabilizing. They're down to 2 cards. If they don't have a way to tempo this guy out of play again, we're actually going to be kind of ahead, right? Like, I've got cards. I've got a Horizon Canopy that can cycle. If they offer this trade, I'm going to snap it off. We play Seal of Fire because it's a removal spell that both grows Tarmogoyf and can be returned to play by Renegade Rallier. I'm taking this trade. We are super far ahead here. If they draw a Lord, I now have an island that they can island walk. So I think this trade is good for us. Have we talked a bit about how great Tireless Tracker is? I feel like we have, but just in case we haven't, can we just iterate how good that card is? I have basic planes in my deck still, right? Yep. Play this. Play this. And then Renegade Rallier could be lethal next turn. Renegade Rallier could be lethal next turn. They've got 4 cards. All right, crack this, see what we get. Ding 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 ding. Ring a ding 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 bing a ding 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 ding. Beep beep beep. Ring a ding 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 ring a ding 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 ring a ding 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 ding. Man, what do I even want here? Do I just want... How aggressive do I get here? I probably am supposed to get Seal of Fire, right? Am I supposed to try and push lethal, or am I supposed to get a Seal of Fire? I feel like I'm supposed to just get Seal of Fire and be a touch conservative here. It feels like they have a Trickster. A lot of these decks have been playing 4 Tricksters for some reason. Nah, I'm at 8. I don't want to die by mistake. Yeah, I think I just want to get Seal of Fire back. Well, I can't guess Harbinger. Harbinger costs 4 to play as an instant. And the kids aren't home for a little bit yet. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like, there's value in them getting to do it inside of combat, I think. And like, I have all these other cards. I feel like I'm far enough ahead that I don't need to make them not have something that could kill us here. Is basically what it comes down to. Is basically what it comes down to. Also, this is not... No, this isn't quite lethal, right? This is plus 8 damage. It's Merfolk Trickster is the card, I believe, that we're talking about. It's a 2/2 with flash for 2. Seal does hit face. It is a delayed shock. I'm gonna let them block here if they want to. That's fine. Go. Really glad we didn't just try and smork them. We'd have been real sad. Yeah, like if they have Master of Waves here, I can kill the Trickster in response now and still be in this game. Whereas before, if I would have tried to smork them and gotten punished, Master of Waves would just be GG. Can you get your favorite Deathstalker Rexar deck in the queue? I need some zombies. 10 out of 10 wannabe beetle. I'm working on a few different hunter decks. I will figure out what my favorite one is and get it into the queue for sure. So the fourth land here opens up the ability for them to play Harbinger out. I think Bitter Blossom is underplayed in Modern. No, I don't think Bitter Blossom is very good. Well, to be fair, you could argue that the definition of professional is how you derive your income. And to be fair, I'm probably in the top some small percentage of people who actually derive a livable income from Magic the Gathering. A lot of people, most people on the pro tour don't derive their income from Magic. Like, people that make content and make money making Magic content make far more money than most people playing Magic on the pro tour. And we don't even make that much. So, like, that's not a statement about how much money I make. It's more a statement about how little money people playing on the Pro Tour make on average. Are we playing another deck? We are, Moriarty. We are. This is deck 4 of, I'm thinking, 7 or 8 today. So I'm planning to stream for 12 hours today. Make up for missing Wednesday night. So if they have a Harbinger, they get to bounce my Plated Geopede. If they don't have a Harbinger, they're dead. Echoing Truth, sure. What's next? After this one is Jund Bedlam Reveler, Deprive. That's all right. Well, I'm glad I let on that instead of my Knight of the Reliquary. Which rant? I don't even know that we were ranting. We were just talking about Steph. All right. We're 1-0 here in this league. I'm gonna go ahead and give Moto a re-kick real quick. So while I'm rebooting the memory leaking Magic Online, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. And there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch, so thanks for joining us. I'll play some Modern and then some Legacy later. If you are enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel on Twitch. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. I'm here full time now, 30 plus hours a week doing Magic. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, Mack Weldon, they provide premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogelClothes, you can save 20% on your first order of premium shorts, pants, underwear, polos, all sorts of great stuff there. They have a number of their products and they're quite excellent. At any rate, we are 1-0 in this league with Landfall Aggro. This is our 4th Modern League of the day. We're heading back on into the second match to see if we can keep on keeping on. I have a couple of polos and a couple of t-shirts from them, and I'm going to probably order some underwear this weekend. Cedric Phillips' responses to that tweet are just like so on point. Cedric's such a sharp individual. He's like as far as like people that get it, like he really just like understands how the whole Magic system works. There's a reason why he's a commentator and not a player, right? Like he knows what's up. Nah, no desire to play the video game stuff. Cedric's just very well spoken and articulates himself well and has a very low tolerance for bullshit. Those are all things I appreciate. Renegade Rallier is very good. This is actually a throwback deck. This was a deck list that I had built shortly after Renegade Rallier got spoiled, and we played it back on my old paper streams, and Wannabe Beetle asked me if I'd run it back here. Wild Nacatl was banned. How could we lose? Thanks for the 10-month resubscription, Foxkilla. I appreciate it. That's true. Wild Nacatl, the formerly banned Wild Nacatl returns to terrorize Modern. And this is, whenever people tell you that like the Modern ban list makes sense, you should just remind them that at one point this card wasn't legal. You should just remind them that at one point this card was banned in the format. You should remind them that Thopter Foundry was banned in the format, or Sword of the Meek, whatever one was banned. Bitter Blossom was banned. Ancestral Vision was banned. Just like... Well, so I feel like a lot of times when Sullivan's ranting, he's coming from a different place than Cedric. Like, Sullivan's rants a lot of the time I feel like are driven by, they're driven by game design type stuff, right? Whereas, a lot of the things that Cedric tends to address aren't specifically game design related. Repeal my pretty kitty. Okay. All right. Deal. George's gonna put a bunch of power into play here, right? I'm just gonna like fetch this for a mountain, and then I'm gonna go Renegade Rallier, get back my land, fetch a forest, put Wild Nacatl back into play. Should we just call this deck, this is like Cat Tribal basically, right? I could play Scared here and like hold up Path to Exile, but I think I'd rather just have 9 power in play. We did beat Merfolk. We did, in fact, beat Merfolk. I put a bunch of wet balls in the board of this deck, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I put a bunch of wet balls in the board of this deck. Goyf is basically a cat. It's true. It's not a 24/24 kitty. It's not quite that big. All right, so Bolt's lethal here. I think I'm going to hold this. Now I'm going to shock this in. Because if they go like land, Barail, ritual, remand my path, I'm going to want a second white source. And this really is the perfect style of deck for Damping Sphere to go inside of. This is a deck that like has a pretty honest game plan, but it's just slow enough that it's often going to lose to decks like Tron or Storm. So Damping Sphere really gives it a meaningful way to have interaction against those decks at a minimal mana cost. It was a modern deck, so we 3-2'd. Was in fact a modern deck. I'm really not a fan of Path to Exile against Storm. Not only does it not double its reach, but like giving them lands generally isn't good. This board plan's pretty clean, right? Just like these 6 in, 3 Helix, 3 Sphere in. I don't think I want any of these other things up here. Seems pretty good. You're so loud. We can't ever beat goblins with this deck, can we? Probably. We have a lot of 1 mana removal, so maybe. I want to say we have a lot of 1 mana removal, so we have a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. We have 2 Tireless Trackers in the board, and they're great. They helped us beat Merfolk. Rats! I thought they were gonna miss a land drop. So I could play this out, but I think I just want to get pressure into play. Double Seal of Fire is kind of sweet because it lets us have interaction for morale up without needing mana up. Dear opponent, please don't kill me. 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 Cantrip. Yay! We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. That's just the gosh darn perfects. We'll do this. Fetch land. Quick Clock combined with Disruption, chat. This is how you beat combo decks. Watch them kill us next turn anyways, but this is definitely, and we can even, if they had like Shatterstorm or something, we can even rally or back the wet balls, which is great. Grab my mountain. Cast Malertnin Bolt. Malertnin Burt. Malertnin and Burton and get him. 9 you, go. How we doing? How you doing? Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Not only is Seal of Fire good for Tarmogoyf, but it's also a burn spell that Renegade Rallier can return to play. Non-zero chance we die here. I think the fact that they implemented 2 new types of currency is going to create confusion in a system that already had like a kind of convoluted double currency system. Maybe that cantrip's pretty good for us there. They might not have a win condition yet. We could be dead, but we're not deterministically dead, so I'm going to make them do it here. I think if you're playing Lotus Cobra, you should definitely have 4 copies of Renegade Rallier, yes. I wish I knew what the storm count was, so if I knew if their grape shot was lethal. At the very least, grape shot cleans up my board, which is good for them. Okay. I assume Storm is lethal at this point. Yeah, I think like people that know me know I'm a big fan of just like not making my opponents like play out things that are silly. So Helix and Bolt are both lethal here. Do 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 do. Is this deck actually good? I think this deck might actually be good. I think there's a non-zero chance that this deck is actually good. It's doing something like pretty genuinely powerful. There's a non-zero chance that like these Ghor-Clans in the main are too cute and they should just be like main deck Tireless Tracker, because like main deck Tireless Tracker is great for like powering through when you draw too many lands. Or honestly, maybe even just like the Knights should be trackers in the deck. Yeah, this deck is straight out of one of the paper streams. Wannabe Beetle linked me my old deck list and was like, hey, would you run this back? And I was like, yeah, sure. I adjusted the sideboard a little bit to add Tracker and Damping Sphere, but the rest of this is the core that we worked on before. I don't know that I'd call Zoo great, but like the Steppe Lynx and the Plated Geopedes alongside Renegade Rallier really give you some really strong punching power to have fast linear draws. Do I think this deck is better than Escape Shift Kitty deck? I don't know, actually. Probably. I think this deck could slot in Tireless Tracker better, and Tireless Tracker is a really messed up Magic the Gathering card. So... cost to get this played in Louisville. I think I'm playing the black-green deck next weekend. It'd be... yeah, this hand's too slow, right? Just can't keep that even on the play. This hand's great. Probably. I'd have to see a decklist, Nilla. I never like to say yes or no guaranteed without seeing a decklist first. Yep, that's exactly true. It rewards you for things you want to be doing anyways. Yeah, and like, and this is an aggro deck that has 24 lands in it, so like it wants to be playing a lot of lands, so like Tracker's extra good in that respect. So I'm gonna fetch a Temple Garden on 1 here, so we can play Steppe Lynx on 1 into Nacatl on 2. You're not, so the best way I can describe Knight of the Reliquary, honestly, there might not even be any utility lands in this deck. Knight of the Reliquary isn't here as a utility card. The Knight of the Reliquary is here as basically another virtual landfall creature. Artarka's Command could be okay. Could be okay. I'm not sure that your nut draws, which is where a card like Artarka's Command could really shine, really need the extra help. So we really just want to draw a fetch land next turn, obviously, right? So we can just like smack them for 7 more. Seal of Fire makes your Tarmogoyfs better, and it also is a burn spell that you can Renegade Rallier back to play. It also triggers Revolt for your Renegade Ralliers. It's the curve efficiency on the black-green deck that I've been playing is very good, Grevis. Hey, Serp with the 6-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Half a year. I'm gonna offer this trade here. I just like need to get this 4/4 out of my way. I think, and this is just, again, Bloodbraid was banned, so people think it's really good. I think Bloodbraid's worse than Tireless Tracker a lot of the time. I think Tireless Tracker gets much bigger than Bloodbraid could ever dream of, and Tireless Tracker provides a similar level of card advantage. Honestly, it's better card advantage, right? What? That attack seems super bad. Loose. All right. Come on, fetch land to punish this. Come on, fetch land to punish this. Fetch land. I guess I get to double kill this, which gives me a draw. And I'm doing this pre-combat to make the Goyf huge, right? Ding, ding, ding. And then, do I want to use this fetch land now? Or do I want to wait a turn because I have another Steppe Lynx? I mean, I think I actually want to wait a turn. Are they about to Warping Whale me, or are they just cracking maps? Say Warping Whale sounds really terrible. Yeah, Spatial Contortion's a reason not to crack it as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack for 9 here. I guess their loose attack ended up working out for them since I ripped removal. Sure. So like, again, Ghor-Clan, I didn't reassess this main deck with Tireless Tracker. The Ghor-Clan should probably be Tireless Tracker. So that's what I'm saying. You're saying, why isn't the Ghor-Clan Bloodbraid Elf? And I'm saying, well, no, it should just be Tireless Tracker. Hey, cojones. Thanks for all the entertainment, Jeff. Figured you deserve a bit more of my Amazon Fun money. Thanks for the tier 2 resub, Calhones. I appreciate that. As a thank you, as a shout out to my people that do the tier 2 subscriptions, if you want to take a look at the decks in the donation queue, tier 2 subs get to give a 10-point bonus to one deck in the donation queue every single month. So if there's anything in there that looks sweet to you that you want to push up a little bit higher so we play it sooner, drop me a message and let me know. Correct. We didn't have Landfall. They would have taken 2 last year. They'd be at 1. This is smart on their part. So this means I don't get Landfall on my turn. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna think about this deck list a little bit. This deck seems really sweet. No, yeah, Immortal. You can definitely take your choice. Fetch land, fetch land, fetch land, fetch land. Gosh, that's really unfortunate. I think I'm just playing that out, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just playing that out as a 3-2. God, we'd have slaughtered them if they hadn't ghost quartered us there. That was a good ghost quarter line from the opponent. If you mulligan and have a ley line in your opener, it causes the match to lock up on Magic Online. Torch Chad Tribal will do Immortal. And like, I'm in a position here where like lands are good and spells are good, right? Yeah, when they fix it, we'll probably have a day of all leyline decks. They have all is dust here. For fuck's sake. Ugh. It's like a 1 of Worm Coil in that deck. No, playing the Rallier is right. Playing the Rallier kills them through 1 blocker that's not lifelink. So this is going to kill both my Steppe Lynxes. I mean, Tarmogoyf was a good draw there. That's just Worm Coil's better than every card in our deck is what it comes down to. And they can't attack with this because they die on the backswing. So Path to Exile still lethal. That is no longer lethal. Was 1 turn late. It still kills through a blocker. Not necessarily, because they could have blocked a guy and not kill it. How are they dead here? No, they eat this and then they gain 6, so they stay at 1. Yep, yeah, Renegade Rallier is lethal. Lightning Bolt's lethal. Lightning Bolt's lethal. Path is lethal. Ghor-Clan Rampager is lethal. Have a lot of good hits here. Another Seal is lethal. So we've got like a dozen draws here that kill them. Don't attack, don't attack, don't attack. Fuck. Save another blocker here. Sure. Bolts and Helixes are still lethal. Path's still pretty good. Rallier is lethal. So for the why Seal of Fire questions from earlier, chat, this is why we're playing Seal of Fire. Right here. Sorry, Salty Steve, my Seal of Fire is here, and it burns bright. Alright, so Damping Sphere is great. Obs, I think this is too slow. What else do I want? Do I want Ancient Grudge here? It feels to me like Ancient Grudge probably isn't good enough. Are these bolts good enough? It probably doesn't kill too many of their things, right? I guess Qasali Pridemage is probably fine. What do we think of this? How do we feel about this? I like Seal of Fire more than Bolt for enabling my Tarmogoyfs and for the Renegade Rallier synergy. I don't think this is a tracker matchup. It could just be a tracker matchup though. Do I want one Grudge? One Grudge seems like it could be okay. I think drawing 2 is probably going to be terrible every time. Yeah, honestly, every track matchup might be a tracker matchup. I'd believe that. This card's really good. So what would be my last 2 cuts if I wanted to make these trackers work? They don't play that many cards. Maybe the Seal of Fire is just too cute. That's probably the case. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Knight of the Reliquary is bigger, gets bigger than a lot of their things. Hey, Evars, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to support my content this month. This hand seems great. They don't consistently have fast Tron, so like we can probably afford to Plated Geopede on 2 and a Damping Sphere on 3. If I donated for Pyro Prison, would you play it? I don't know what that means, Shannon. Is that the mono red prison deck in Modern? No, this is Eldrazi Tron, chat. It's not what's it called? It's not good Tron. There's no Oblivion Stones. Pretty Kitty was a good draw. Sweet, no second Tron piece is great for us. It's gonna be a Walking Ballista. Smells like Walking Ballista. Yeah, that's probably fine, Shannon. I assume this is dead. So I get to do this. And then like next turn, I'll go Canopy into Steppe Lynx Wet Ball probably. If I were to play combo deck in Modern, Griselbrand, not close. Griselbrand is the most powerful, most degenerate deck in Modern. It's quite fantastic. Every matchup is a tracker matchup. Frenzied Mage, thank you very much for the 5-month resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. That was a pretty good draw. Well, now I'm just gonna get aggressive here. We can just like kill them very quickly, right? I'm gonna smack them for 3 this turn, because like if they want to, they could like crack this and like kill my Steppe Lynx, but like these are powering up real big next turn. Like I'm gonna get to, I assume they're just gonna ratchet bomb my Steppe Lynx here. I don't think they can afford to get greedy. Like this fetch land is 12 points of damage otherwise next turn. Man, if they get greedy, they are gonna get slaughtered by this card. This also puts them dead to a bolt, but like, if they don't have a better answer to my other things, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble, right? Yep. I like that conservative play from the opponent. I think that's a good line from them. Or like, they're still kind of in trouble here, but Damping Sphere should hopefully cut their outs. Oh, I did side out my bolts. You're right. You're right. I definitely did that. I'm gonna crack this Horizon Canopy. Looking for a Rallier. Knight's not quite gonna do it. I get to hit them to 5 though, or to 2, sorry. Definitely just cashing this in for plus 2 points here. I have another fetch land in my hand. I want to get my damage while they getting as good. And like Damping Sphere prevents them from doing anything too terrible to us here. This is a good example of Knight of the Reliquary being very good. Just a large threat that pays us off from having so many fetch lands in our deck. All right. All right, well, we're 3-0, 6-0. This deck might be okay. Might be okay. 3-0, 6-0. Thanks everyone for hanging out while we're playing some sweet Rallier Zoo decks in Modern. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're one of the many people out there who has Amazon Prime, if you link it to your Twitch account, that gives you Twitch Prime for free, and it lets you subscribe to a channel of your choice every single month at no additional cost to yourself. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can take 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your Magic cards into cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. At the very least, if you're new and enjoying my content, make sure you hit that follow button. Following a stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live. And I always try and put the names of the decks we're going to be playing on a given day in the stream title. This deck, like many of the decks that we play here on stream, this is a viewer submitted deck list. If you want to find out how I can play your deck list on stream, be sure to check out bit.ly/HugelSellout. There's all the details on how to get your decks into the donation queue. Maybe extras, and like that type of feeling, like playing a bunch of Tireless Trackers can fix that, right? Like Tireless Tracker and Renegade Rallier, like, and that's why Renegade Rallier is such a neat card in a deck like this, because Renegade Rallier against linear decks helps our landfall creatures go faster, and against interactive decks, Renegade Rallier rebuys our threats that have died. So I really think that there's probably something here. There's probably something here. Especially with getting up to trackers, 4 trackers in the 75. Got a kitty on 1. Having 8 really good 1-drops feels good. I feel like a lot of modern decks lack a critical mass of good 1-drops, so it feels good to have more than 1 in here. Will this deck ever play Life from the Loam? No, I don't think so. I think you'd, like, maybe the stupid 2-3, the Ramanap Excavator could be okay, but in general, I think that type of effect's not really what you're looking for. You're probably okay. All right, Affinity, we're off to the races here. Do I have a Breeds in my sideboard? No, I have Ancient Grudges, though, right? You have Grudges and some Helixes and some Pridemages. I mean, Chalice isn't very good in Modern. There aren't a lot of decks that play it for that reason. So I think I'm casting this. Do I want to bolt something this turn? Probably. I probably want to bolt something this turn. It's probably just Vault Scourge, right? It's probably just bolt the Vault Scourge. You think it's Signal Pest? I don't know. I kind of like we're not racing a Vault Scourge if they have plating, and we could potentially race a Cranial Plating otherwise. Yeah, I think I'm going to fetch a Stomping Ground and kill this Vault Scourge. I don't know if you want Jace, because Jace is pretty terrible, but a Jeskai deck with Teferian is probably very reasonable. We have someone requested that I build a Jeskai deck with Teferi in it, and that's towards the bottom of the queue right now, so we'll be getting to that at some point. I could wait on the bolt, but being proactive with it seems reasonable here. Well, I mean, if their business spell is a plating, Overseer's a reason to wait, but if their business spell is a plating, I want to bolt proactively. Yeah, if they Overseer us, I'm going to be sad that I played the bolt when I did. But, like, I'd bolt the Vault Scourge here anyway, so, like, it effectively ends up being the same. Like, I don't think I'm letting them lifelink 2 here. And this is the awkward part. This is why our aggro deck has 24 lands in it. Because when your pretty kitties don't have a land on turn 3, you're like, you are not so pretty, little kitty. I don't think you can play that many expensive cards in a control deck in Modern. I know we've said Teferi effectively costs 3, but it's another card you can't play out till turn 5. So I think playing 6 4+ mana Planeswalkers is not where you can afford to be in Modern. Fetch land would be the nut. There's how many fetch lands are in this deck? We have 4, 5, 6. We have 14 fetch lands for a reason. Well, if it was the right play last turn, it's the right play this turn. Yeah, I mean, opponent's hand is also doing mostly nothing, right? Also doing mostly nothing. That's pretty scary. Fetch land is probably still lethal here, though, right? Pretty close. All right, I'm gonna attack with this, and two bolts actually makes the Ravager a lot less scary, right? So I'm just going to take this hit for 4 here if they attack with everything. If they try to move in on Ravager... No, that's too cute. Sorcery speed is terrible. So I'm gonna bolt this Vault Scourge at end of turn, I think. Which will let a fetch land be lethal. This badge is cooler than the previous one. What have I done? Kiblitter, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I do appreciate that. Welcome. So this is a crack for 7. Yeah, it's not a fetch land though. I think we're dead. Probably shouldn't have shocked that in. I should not have shocked that in. So they're going to 8 here. I can block the Arcbound Ravager with my Steppe Lynx if they attack with everything. And then if they go to move the counters over to something else that's lethal, I can bolt it in response. So Steel Overseer, that's fine. Cankle Biter. There you go. Look at that. Thanks for the correction. Heading out for the day. We'll have to catch the Jundrev on YouTube. Thanks for the content. Thanks for the bits, Wesselmos. Thanks for the support. All right, can we say fetch land is lethal one more time? Hey, True Dawn, thanks for the host. I appreciate that. Welcome, folks. We're hanging out playing some Modern right now. We're going to play some Legacy later. Playing a Landfall aggro deck. We unfortunately are missing the Landfall part of our deck. We had 3 turns there where it could have been lethal but wasn't. Maybe they won't go for it again here. Maybe they'll respect the fact that we have removal. This will be the first game we've lost in this league if we lose it. Sure. They've respected the ability of us to kill their things every turn so far. So, like, if they respect that one more turn, we could possibly have a lethal draw again. Yeah, my peak is like 1900. My average concurrents are like 750 or so. I like how they like respected the removal every turn until we didn't have it, and like they were always dead to a fetch land. So that's really interesting. It's like they knew. It's like they knew. All right, Ancient Grudge and Pridemage are great, obviously. Ghor-Clan's not so good. The removal's all quite excellent. I think Knight's probably a little bit slow. How do you feel about just cutting those in general and just like getting some helixes in? I think that's probably fine. Maybe they just finally decided to say fuck it, whatever. But like, I feel like if they were going to do that, they probably should have done it before they gave me more turns to draw more removal. Nah, I don't think Selfless is quite good enough. I think I'd rather just have more removal and leave my aggressive creatures in. Like, Tarmogoyf is pretty good in this matchup because they're putting artifacts in the bin. Yeah, lists are on Twitter. You can also type !donation Q in chat. You can get a link that way. This is the 4th list of the day, I believe. We're currently heading into hour 6. Keep it on, keep it on. I keep this. A little bit awkward. This Treetop Village is probably nonsense in this deck. This Treetop Village is probably some nonsense. I think I want to lead on Wild Nacatl here since I don't have any more fetch lands in my hand. Yep. It's a pretty good pickup. So do I want to... I probably just want to play both threats this turn. Grab basic planes. Play both my cats. Gets me a little bit less damage on this later, but it lets me start attacking with it sooner, so it's probably a wash. Yeah, but honestly, like, I feel like the Knight of the Reliquary isn't really a grindy card in this deck. It's just like another big dumb beater, so... Like, having a card like this as utility seems a little bit loose. This deck is the cat's meow. For sure. We'll want to play the mountain this turn, probably. Although I guess... Yeah, I guess I'm a liar. This gets us 1 less damage with the Wild Nacatl this turn, but it lets us attack with Treetop next turn. Hey, Nicholas Bolas, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. Whip Flare's only so-so. We have a lot of threats that are bigger than that. Obviously, this board's not panning out that way. But, like, honestly, even if they Whip Flares here, I'll just, like, path the Wild Nacatl, and then this will be a 2-3. That's a problem. I think I'm supposed to have path that. I'm pretty sure I want to use these pathers for clearing out potential blockers. I think I'm just doing this rather than playing the Plated Geopede this turn. Smack for 8. I assume we'll get 5 across here. Little bump here. They might double bump. And we'll path this. That's interesting. That's super defensive. Probably not winning this game. I think at enter combat here, we're going to get rid of the Signal Pest at this point just because it's outputting so much damage. Like, the Treetop was okay there. It just made the sequencing in our initial hand much worse than, like, another fetch land would have. Or, like, even a Horizon Canopy. Horizon Canopy's nice because it's a utility land that, it is a utility land that comes into play untapped. And, like, they don't actually have that much power here, so, like, they kind of have to play defense with this Etch Champion, right? Okay. Deal. We're winning this race at the moment, right? I guess they have Ornithopter as a blocker. Afternoon ASIM. So I could shock this in. Yeah, I think I just want to get the most points on board here. I'm just gonna crack for 8 again here. We're gonna be dead to Galvanic Blast, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're not even dead to Blast. And this is only 4 points plus 4 more. This puts us in a great spot to fetch land next turn and deal a lot of damage. Based on how they jumped aggressively and traded in the Welding Jar last turn, yeah, I'm expecting them to do this. So they only take 5 here and go 2. I guess if they have Galvanic Blast, they could finish off our Treetop Village. But I think that's still okay for us. With the addition of Plated Geopede, we're probably still winning the race. Yeah, because Landfall lets Lynx deal damage. Those are pretty good last 2 cards. We actually played Scape 2 in the league before this one. We've been playing that online a bunch lately. It's a lot of fun. But you have jump up and kill you draws in board states like this, which is sweet. Ancient Grudge, Ancient Grudge, Ancient Grudge, Ancient Grudge. It's so weird. Their blocks have been super defensive, but their attacks have been like hyper aggressive. That's a lightning bolt. All right. 2 pieces of removal. I guess maybe I could force them into a spot where they don't have Metalcraft here. Put this towards Gristlebrand deck that someone donated for earlier. Thank you for the 500 bit, Shannon. Will do. 10 out of 10. I think I'm just supposed to ship here, right? Like there's a non-zero chance they could just die to the bolt as well. Definitely wanted to draw a land or removal spell there. Oh, we can path ourselves for landfall. That's true. It says this is a +2. It's definitely a line. So, like, if they block how they need to block to not die to our removal, then they're putting themselves into a position to just die to our reach. So, like, kind of a 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other type of situation. It's going to end up bad for the opponent either way, it feels like. I'm going to run to the bathroom while they do the calculus here, I think. Run to the bathroom really quick. Oh, I should have attacked with the Lynx too. Attacking with the Lynx would have been lethal here. Yep. I wasn't thinking about the path myself line. Yep, definitely wasn't thinking about that. I wanted to leave a blocker back for the Arcbound Ravager. Yeah, so if I would have attacked with this, I could have pathed this, and then this would be 5 and Bolt would be lethal. Do they let us full board clear? I think I want to bolt this now, right? Because now this is going to die. Not strictly. Path to Exile allows me to kill bigger things. And like, we're not dead on board here, right? We need to fade a Galv Blast here. No, that's not true. That's why they activated the creature land. They activated the creature land to keep this in Metalcraft. So fetch land's pretty good here. Bolts are pretty good here. Removal is pretty good here. It's been a close game. Been a lot of really small lines. Is that lethal? I feel like that should be lethal. They get to block 3 things. They get to eat one of my things. That's true. When I said I wasn't sure if the Treetop was good or not, the Treetop has kind of punched the clock and gone to work this game. They just moto punted, right? Because this one is summoning sick. So because this one is summoning sick, oh, they can make mana with Springleaf Drum. Never mind. They can make mana with Springleaf Drum. So I'm going to smash here with everything. We're going to trade one of our cards for 2 of their lands and some damage here. So, like, I'm losing Wild Nacatl, but they're losing double Blink Moth. I'm still at 7. And, Galvanic Blast isn't even lethal anymore, right? Because I can path something in response to them having Metalcraft. No, pathing before blockers doesn't matter because my opponent could use the Springleaf Drum to make a mana with the summoning sick one. All right, you're dead. You're dead on board. You're dead without the path in my hand. Do I want to change anything on that plate? On the draw, I probably want to prioritize these Lightning Helixes, right? Renegade Rallier is probably a little bit slow. I think I want to prioritize being interactive on the draw. I would recommend, if you're going to play a Cobra Saheeli list, I would recommend looking at the list that top 8'd the Classic in one of the opens recently. If you look at my Gathering Magic article from 2 weeks ago, it'll have a list in there. I mean, their draw was pretty okay that game. They had a Steel Overseer, an Arcbound Ravager, an Edge Champion. They had a lot of the tools they wanted to draw that game. Yeah, maybe Rampager could be okay the way that game ended up playing out. Is the sand good? What do you think of this one? Hand seems decent plus. The question is, how much damage do I want to take from my lands as I pace out my threats with this hand? Probably just going to play like a control deck for the first couple of turns and then like stick a Wild Nacatl or a Goyf and ride it to victory. Undergrowth's interesting. So the problem with Undergrowth is that it doesn't get value from lands you've already played that game, whereas Knight of the Reliquary can come down on turn 5 and like give you value from all the lands that you've already played out. I guess if they have land plus cranial plating here, I'm a little bit sad. Yeah, Ravagers, whatever. Well, this is super easy at this point, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and fetch a basic plains here, or basic mountain, and then I can bolt one thing and path whatever they put counters on. I think I'm gonna pass here. I'm just gonna pass. I guys want to preserve my health total a little bit here. I think with the tools I have in my hand, I just want to try and go a little bit long. All right, they're at 0 cards. They have very little payoffs left. So let's path this. We'll bolt whatever they want to put the counters on. We'll use the Ancient Grudge to make them a very sad panda next turn. Just looking for one more threat to clean the game up. Hopefully they put this on Vault Scourge. Yeah, that's a good line on their part. I feel like I have to just race here. Need to put Treetop Village into play. If they play a Cranial Plating out, obviously we'll Ancient Grudge that. Otherwise, we'll probably grudge the Vault Scourge inside of combat, since that helps them race the best. Flooding a little bit here, but looks like Treetop Village is going to sign up and do some work again this game. Hopefully they just like do the typical affinity thing and like draw Mem Knights and Ornithopters and Springleaf Drums from here on out. Our deck has a lot of mediocre draws in it. If they rip like an Etch Champion right away, we could be in trouble, but this Grudge covers a lot of their possible best draws here. Knight's not really a value creature. In the matches where you need Knight to be a value creature, they have lots of removal, so they're just going to beat you with their removal. Oh, this is easily the best creature land for this deck. I don't think that's particularly close. I mean, Treetop Village did make our draw in the second game pretty awkward. Ended up paying off in the end, but it certainly made our draw awkward. Like, there's no doubt about that. Well, that's quite excellent. It lets us hold this Ancient Grudge for later. And it buffers our health total in this race situation. I'm probably going to hold these extra lands for now because I'm in a position where I can attack with Treetop and Flashback Grudge. Because remember, our lands have value in the fact that they trigger Landfall for our creatures later. So they're attacking for 3 and we're attacking for 6 currently. So we're winning this race by a pretty significant amount. And our average top deck is a higher quality here, but we could definitely lose this race if they draw well and we do not. Like that. Alright, I'm a liar and I'm going to play this out actually, since I have 3 lands in hand now. Holding 2 fetches is probably fine, but holding 3 lands is too many. Especially when we're trying to activate a Treetop Village and still do other stuff in the same turn. They blocked pretty defensively last game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them game 3 with this Ornithopter early. Our deck has reach in it, so being a little bit conservative there is not bad. It really sucks that, like, we haven't even put anything useful in our bin yet, so, like, even Renegade Rallier is not a fantastic draw at this point. I mean, I guess it's a 3-2, but, like, outside of being a 3-2, it's not particularly good. Okay, that's not bad. I guess the way this works out, maybe I should have played the fetch out because now my Wild Nacatl, I need another green mana still. Feels like I'm literally throwing change at you. I'm confused, but a good confused. Gankle Biter, thank you for the bits. Like, our top decks have 3 power, and their top decks have much less than 3 power, so, you know, God bless. So we are going to play this fetch land out, just in case we need to flash back this Ancient Grudge next turn, because I want to get this Wild Nacatl on the table as well. Grudge is relevant because regenerating removes the thing you regenerate from combat and taps it. So Grudge can still be a tempo play. So like if they draw Cranioplating and equip it to something, we can tap the thing they've equipped it to effectively. So they're dead? Yeah, they're dead, right? Because regenerating this, Memnite will tap it. And they're at 6, and I have 3 power attackers. They have no cards in hand. All right. Well, we dropped a game where we had like 3 turns to draw a fetch land and kill them. But other than that, we're now 4-0, having lost 1 game. The Treetop Village punched the clock and went to work. We will not complain about Lord Treetop Village ever again. He's doing the Lord's heavy lifting. It's quite excellent. We got 1 more match here with the Landfall aggro deck, and then we're going to be playing, I don't know, something else. What's the 5th deck today? We're playing some Jund Reveler. It's a mid-range Bloodbraid Elf deck with Bedlam Reveler in it as well. Got a few more modern decks, then we're going to close out the day with some Legacy. Head into our 6 here of 12. Yeah, I think the Ghor-Clan Rampagers could probably be trackers in the main deck. And then just like have the other 2 trackers on the board. Just like board up to 4 trackers in the matches where you really want that effect. We've been having pretty good runs lately. Modern's good for good days on stream. Just like a lot of decks are average power level. Yeah, Damping Sphere was great. We boarded it in. Oh, has it actually been good in this deck? I don't remember. One of the decks, it was good in green-black earlier. This is like the perfect style of deck for Damping Sphere, though, because you can apply a real clock, but decks like Storm tend to be a little bit faster than you. Hey, Anonymic, what's going on? I don't know what Updog is. Don't know what Updog is. When a modern deck goes 5-0 instead of 3-2, will it become a legacy? That's a good question. Oh yeah, in the Scape Shift version earlier. Forgot your logic while discussing the topic. Check out my article on Gathering Magic. GatheringMagic.com. My article went up there this morning. I talked about Tracker versus Dark Confidant versus Jund cards in green-black and why my green-black list is the way it is. Well, that's a lot of fetch lands. This hand's gonna be pretty aggressive. We get to go Temple Garden here into Pretty Kitty. And then we get to go Double Cat next turn. Attack for 4. Into attack for 11 on 3. Yeah, this is almost certainly more streamlined than that other version, right? I'm gonna be incredibly sad when they Sweltering Suns us next turn, but I'm not playing this deck to not jam, so let's jam. So next turn we attack for 11 and have a bolt. Probably not burn based on them doing nothing. Looks like Red-Green Valakut. Could be Jund, I guess, but double Stomping Ground is a pretty weird start in Jund. Basic Forest almost certainly means Red-Green Valakut. Tilt, we're dying. It's unfortunate. Oh. Oh. Huh. I guess I kinda could have played around that. Oh, geez, it makes my Wild Nacatl smaller too? That's a real tilt. So I'd be hitting them down to 8. Nah, I think I'd rather have Tracker rather than Voice. Yeah, it looks like Ponza. Smells like Ponza. I never had an option to fetch a Forest here. So, you know. Nice Blood Moon, bro. Nice Blood Moon. That's... Oh no, I can't play my spells. Oh no, how will I ever win the game of Magic? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Neat. Good job. Good job Stone Raining me. Good job Blood Mooning me. Congrats. Alright, let's bring these in. Probably these. Path's probably kind of mediocre. Leaving in a couple to Path myself is probably okay, but I probably don't want a ton of this effect. Tracker and Pridemage seem fine. Renegade Rallier actually seems pretty mediocre if they're Blood Mooning me, right? Of course, they might be boarding their Blood Moons out after that game. They might be boarding their Blood Moons out. Yeah, Selfless Spirit's probably pretty good. They're almost certainly bringing in sweepers, right? Although Rallier Spirit's pretty fucking hot. Rallier Spirit is pretty hot. I have a lot of cards I have to cut here. I guess Tracker's less good if they're Blood Mooning me. Need one more cut here. This is a hard time getting lands into the bin. Maybe I just don't bring in the Qasali. Just like try and fetch my basic lands aggressively. Leave a Ghor-Clan in or another path. Seems fine. Nah, I think Seal of Fire is good. It's reach we can play while Blood Mooned. And it can trigger Renegade Rallier, which is nice. Pretty easy mulligan here. Sounds like not exciting, but it's fine. Top the crap out of that one. You can bolt their elf on 1. Play Selfless on 2. Well, I feel like the opponent's likely boarding some of their Stone Rains out against us, right? Like, leaving in a bunch of 3-mana basically do-nothings against the aggro deck seems loose, but they're also playing Ponza, so maybe I shouldn't make assumptions like that. Fetch land, please. I think I'm going to run the risk here on not getting a basic because I want to have this fetch land to trigger my Renegade Rallier next turn, I think. If they Blood Moon me here, I'm going to feel pretty bad, but we're not really in a spot to play through Blood Moon anyways. Yep. Nice, Griffinson. You the best. This isn't toolbox deck. It's a put a giant thing into play and kill you deck. It's not a toolbox deck. If we hit our 1 basic plains, we can path our Selfless Spirit and get a green going. Just gonna go ahead and pack it in. This isn't worth my time. I'm gonna board these paths out. I'm gonna board these Qasali Pridemages in. I'm gonna fire it up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. This hand's okay. It's not amazing, but it's fine. To go. We get hit for a lot on 3, right? Assuming we don't get Blood Mooned. It's a big assumption. This is me hoping to not get Blood Mooned. $14 fetches. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat for a deck list. I'm just gonna concede to a moon and move on with our lives. Just a Stone Rain deal. Stone Rain there is actually pretty okay for us. Because it means they're less likely to have a Stone Rain for the basic planes I'm about to go get here. Honestly, maybe with this other Plated Geopede in hand there, I was supposed to just go get a red source and play the other Geopedes. That way I could like double fetch land trigger next turn and attack for 1,000,000. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 1 off of Titan here. I think my sequencing was wrong. I think I should have played the Plated Geopede there. The old land into tracker. A true Moto classic. Yeah, like I'd be attacking with 2 9/9s here and they'd be forced to chump block. I was just too afraid of Blood Moon and I shouldn't have been. I should have just been like, if you have it, whatever. Just kill you. Oh, that's sweet. The first strike made the Tarmogoyf bigger. Good sequence for us. And now next turn, I can go Stomping Ground activate my Treetop Village, smash with a bunch. We did beat Affinity. We are currently 4-0. This is game 3 against Ponza. They Blood Mooned us out of the second game. We beat them down in the first game. Sure. Makes our Treetop Village and Plated Geopedes worse, obviously. But this thing only has 3 defense here, right? So, like, we're attacking it with 3 things that it can't eat. Seems okay for us. Removal would be great. Steppe Lynx, sure. Yeah, we'd have killed them if they didn't have the Blood Moon this turn, right? Because this would have been bigger, and then we would have had Treetop as well. Now they would have chump blocked here. Fun. This is a fun fact. Nobody knows this card is fucking First Strike. There is so much text on this card. There's so much text on this dude, and nobody's like, oh yeah, that is First Strike. I shouldn't block like that. All right, so here's the decision. Do we play around Inferno Titan, or do we play around... I can't really play around Inferno Titan, so I should just play around a Sweeper. That card even has flavor text. I've sent way too many tiny flyers into Worldbreaker, right? What am I... Yeah, we'd have been in a much better spot if I'd have sequenced my threats better earlier with that other Plated Geopede. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to play this other Plated Geopede out. I'm gonna hold the cat for now. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have played the cat and held the Geopede, since I only have 1 white source. Titan's their best card here. Anger of the Gods close second. Just a bolt. They are still dead, right? Nope. Yep, still dead. Land is lethal. Need another bolt out of their hand. Doesn't look like the typical dude who goes first. No, we're playing lots of different decks today. Just we are currently playing Landfall aggro. Although we probably have few enough decks left that I can list all of them now. Alright, so you're dead? Dead to this land? Alright, sweet. We got the clean sweep. Now when people ask us what's the last deck we 5-0'd with, we can say Landfall aggro. Sweet. All of the chesties are belong to us. Yeah, so Landfall aggro thoughts. I think you want 4 trackers in the 75 because tracker is great. You do not want Bloodbraid Elf. You want Tireless Tracker. Cut these Ghor-Clan Rampagers. Cut these Ghor-Clan Rampagers and do this. He's basically a 4-drop anyways because you want to play him on 3 plus play a land. So, yeah, I think this is reasonable. I'd probably think about the sideboard a little bit, but I don't know. The sideboard's pretty well rounded here. I definitely want to board up to 4 trackers. Yeah, but this deck's proactive. It's got nut draw. It's got good interaction. Like we're playing 10 pieces of 1 mana removal on top of having like powerful turn 3s. You need 24 lands. You should go back and watch the entire League Foster vertical. One of the games we lost is because we bricked on lands, especially with adding Tireless Tracker as another payoff for when you do draw too many lands. This deck needs lands to kill them. I don't think so. I think I'd rather just have another threat. I think Explorer's too cute. You don't have quite enough lands for that. I don't play professional events, so no, I wouldn't take this or anything else to a professional event, because going to a professional Magic tournament is like pretend this napkin was a dollar bill and pretend my hand was holding a lighter and then light this on fire, and that's what the equivalent of going to professional Magic event is. I would play it a bunch on Magic Online though, because playing Magic on Magic Online is fun. Yeah, honestly, adding a Horizon Canopy as another land might be an okay idea. All right. At any rate, what are we doing next? Jund Reveler is next on the queue.